interest of the citizens. And we've delegated much of the decision making to the executive branch. I think, as the Senate President indicates, that's the one of the more significant changes, and I would call reforms. And there are other agencies that vitally need state appropriation in order that we can take care of citizens' needs. Day one, for instance, they address victims of sexual assault. There's no other state agency that can appropriately do that. So without leaving that state need, the need of some of our most vulnerable citizens unattended, you have to make that appropriation. So we are going to continue to address vital state needs through direct appropriations with transparency in the budget, subject to debate, and we're going to delegate the rest of the function to the executive branch. I don't know how else to do it. We've discussed it, we've brainstormed it, we've thought about it. This seems the best way to address important needs of our citizens while making the process transparent, predictable, and putting it in the appropriate place for the most part, which is the executive branch.
Mr. Speaker, the big guys, for the lack of a better term, Crossroads, Food Bank, they're going to get their hundreds of thousands of dollars. They're just going to get it a different way, through a different process. What about the smaller grants, parades, Boy Scouts, Little League, all these things? How do they get their money?
Two different grant programs. Let me address them both. We have smaller grants in the community grant system. That is a lot of them I was surprised to see were $5,000, $6,000, $4,000, $8,000. Those are all being eliminated. You don't need to do them through the community grants program or through direct line item appropriations in the budget. So if they were small, you could actually get rid of them without imposing too much pain or discomfort in our community. So we eliminated those right out. So the direct appropriations are only going to be the big ones. Now there's the other program, the legislative grant program. That's roughly $1 million for the House, $1 million for the Senate. That goes to senior centers, little leagues, basically elderly folks and children and community needs. Those programs are going to remain intact. My experience is the citizens like those programs, those needy groups appreciate those programs, and legislators are in a position to best target where in their communities those funds can go. There's probably not a better way to do that right now, so we're going to maintain those programs.
Speaker, many of those programs
are about $1 million each.
$1 million, that stays the way it is.
Yes.
They come through you.
Yes.
It's the wrap.
Many of those